Hello, welcome. I'm so excited, you guys. so, I did. This came out yesterday. I did play it for I don't know, like 15 minutes yesterday. I just went through the intro basically, um, to see if it was gonna crash, and it did crash. It crashed a couple of times on the first time I got to a specific load screen, which there's a series of load screens in the intro. It did crash on those, like the first time I got to them, and then when I reloaded and played through it again, it didn't crash on that one, but then it would crash on the next one. But which is bad, but I mean it was playable outside of that. It was good. Um, but they put out a patch today which specifically mentioned that issue. So hopefully that will not happen. Um, hopefully we'll actually have a smooth going through. Hi, Daimon. But if it doesn't, I mean, it auto saves through that section, and after that, it doesn't auto save anymore. There's manuals. You have to manually save it. Like there's save points, things like Resident Evil typewriter type thing. Um, but also it's like all one big town area after that. So I'm hoping that whatever that issue was, if it's still present, isn't. God, this game is loud. Isn't it? Okay, there you go. Yeah. And the end or the beginning, the intro, aside from that, is really good. And I kind of wish that I wish I had been confident in the performance, which obviously I couldn't have been based on my previous experiences. To go through it on stream for the first time because it was so good, so good. Anyway, here we go. Just a sec. Okay, sorry. Um, yes, let's go. Oh my god. Our play begins in the middle of things. Might take time to figure out what is happening, but it'll all start coming together soon. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so here we start. That's that's a thing. Door, some chairs. Can't interact with the door. There's a bunch of those guys on this tapestry. There's another door. You know what? Just a second. I'm gonna shut my light off because I think, especially the beginning of this game is dark. This will work better for me to be able to see. Here's our pal. This is as far as we got in the alpha. It would crash here. Hi.
I'm the only one alive in this town.
This is Mark Immortal. So Barack, your performance was a flop. You're unfit for the role. A cursed production. This is our second attempt, and a second failure. Hi, Sierra. Yep. Come on, the first one was recent. That is not for you to judge. We gave it all we had. Whatever. You're dismissed. The bird will give you your final payment. Aren't you tired of those beakheads? They're trouble. They were the only useful people around. I mean, yeah, that's such a big part of this game, right? Is that you're uh, it's truly it's like one of the few works of modern fiction, or contemporary fiction, I should say, that actually merits the term Brechtian, because it's like actually about like, so there's a fucking detective mode, uh, which is I have spoken my feelings about detective mode, but anyway,
Checkmate.
here's the Bachelor. They don't trust me anymore. Wasn't even invited to the final council. Where are the birds? Up. Where else? If you mean the real ones. I meant the real ones, yeah. God, look at that. First time I saw this, so there's only one bird up there. Uh, which I'll go up there in a second. But the fucking shadows, oh, I love it. Yeah, this fucking horror show. Um, yeah, I mean the thing about Brecht is like it's so a lot of times Brechtian just gets used to mean breaking the fourth wall or whatever, which is not really. But Brecht is, I mean, the big thing about it is that it's, I mean, Brecht was a communist, and his work is all very political, and it's about like, making like if your art doesn't serve a political purpose, if it's not achieving something to actually, drive people, it's like what's happening in the art doesn't matter on its own terms because it's fiction, it's not real, and it constantly wants to confront you with that. Like, this story needs to drive something in you in order for it to be.
It wasn't me, I swear.
And here is what is now
Everyone's
referred to as the.
against me, but I'm guiltless.
Wow, she is a what? Fucking yeah. So this is what is now referred to as the changeling. In the original translation of the first game, she's referred to as the um. God, actually, what is she called? I can't even think of the devotress. Yeah, which was they are like that term was like just pulled out of nowhere by the translator basically. Um, Changeling is much more appropriate. What is the title from the one retranslated LP? Changeling is just like a literal description of her in terms of like her backstory. Uh, Turns out the birds aren't birds at all. Want to know what they are? Lean down and I'll tell you. Lower, lower now. They're fingers. Did they tell you that? Yeah, this is a direct quote. We're not birds, we're fingers. That's why people call them executors. Are you tired? Want me to relieve your headache? Go ahead. It's not like you can actually do it. Um, so yeah, for this first release of the game, we are playing as the Haruspex, aka Artemy. These are the other two player characters, but they are not in the game as player characters yet. They will be later. Go upstairs. God, I love. There's just so much detail in these environments. Like, and I know it's like that's modern video games, but man, it's just there's there's so much style. Oh, in the LP, she's called the Impostress. Yeah, yeah. They basically it's like they've split up the game into three parts, which is just the three stories, to get it out sooner, and also make money, which is totally fair. So want to receive your payment? Well, everyone will get paid when they're due in the cathedral. What they're due in the cathedral. That's where the final choice will be made. By whom? The authorities. Fitting. Oh, these fuckers. God. Oh, they look so good. hate this bird fucker. Are we we're the Harrispecs. The Bachelor is the fucking nerdy guy down there. Looks like you could dump his head in a toilet. I know nothing about them and I hate them. We'll open our journal in a second. This is the Bachelor. God. We'll fix everything. The decision will be made in the cathedral. By the way, it's day 12. And we can look at the town. And the town is basically dead. God, this was like... I started this up. This is not like the start of the first game. Or, you know, the first version of this game, whatever you want to call it. And this, like, blew my mind, kind of. Also, we have a bunch of shit in our inventory that we're not going to be able to use. And yeah, the red light, of course, comes on after we talk to the bird. Hello. Day 12, the last one, which the Harrispecs ends with a semicolon. Hello. M to open the map. That's where it tells you to go look at this. So we're at the theater. Our job is to go to the cathedral. And yeah, God, this is really good. What does it even mean? I mean, it does have a pretty clear meaning. I think. Really love this. Oh, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure when I played this last night, that guy got hit with the Molotov. And he just, like, lit up on fire and was, like, running away, the soldier. That's interesting. Move along, Doctor. Nothing to see here. Work as usual. Who are these people? They're looters. Like I said, it's work as usual. You do your job. We'll do ours. You should let them go. A couple less, a couple more. What does it matter? It's like, you can imagine, you know, like there are video games, like AAA video games that have tried to do sequences like this, right? You can imagine like one of the modern Wolfensteins doing something along these lines in tone and this kind of cinematic sequence or something. But it's just, you know, because of what they are, it doesn't pay them off in any way, even if they do look good. And it's just, you know, it's much, I don't know. This just is so much more. Hello. I know where you're going. Want a piece of advice? This is so good! Like, the dialogue here. You're alive? Heed my advice. Think she loves you? Think she's a friend and he's a foe because he brought in cannons? Don't talk to her first. Talk to him. Biarla, Saba. Now I need to go. Now she's dead. Yeah, obviously the theater aspect also changes the way that this intro plays. Oh, that was a little pop-in, but... Oh yeah, I've messed with the settings. I left them on the defaults, or whatever it's set for me as default, because I don't think I can... This game's taking a lot of resources out of me, especially with OBS running and stuff, so... I don't think I can turn it up, but it does still look really good. God, yeah, the spotlight. That. I don't even know, like, it's just a cloud of shit, gnats, bugs. Yeah, yeah. It just, it's like the Half-Life intro does some stuff, does a lot of stuff like that, right? The original Half-Life intro. But obviously it's like, it's just in the service of setting up your B-movie. Like, it's not doing anything other than looking cool. This is doing, I mean, this is also better, but like, yeah. Yeah, the kid's playing hopscotch. Oh, there's like soldiers over here. And the flamethrower. Dead guy. And I think, yep. Hey, buddy. One of those kids over here. More bodies. When I first walked through this, I accidentally synced up with the spotlight, and I was like, wait, is there like a theatrical spotlight following me? And then I looked up and realized, no, there's an actual moving spotlight. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Hey, kids. What's going on? Our music did die out, but... And, oh, I love this. God, this is so good. The spotlight here obstructing the little... And calling attention to your view of the polyhedron that you can just barely see in the gloom. I kind of wish that the stuff around the edges of my viewport didn't stick from that cloud of whatever flies or whatever, but that's my fault for stepping into it. Oh god, and the outside here is just like... I didn't actually walk over here last time, but it's like this weird... Like, it looked kind of like the world is just falling away, but no, it's actually dirt there. Fewer crashes today. Well, we haven't crashed yet, so... Oh... So there's gonna be, like, expanded polyhedron stuff. That was part of the, like, one of the stretch goals on the Kickstarter. But it is not in this version of the game, because it's gonna be when the Bachelor story comes out, is when that's gonna go in. There is a few, like, bonus things that I have as a Kickstarter backer. I don't actually know what they are. I just know that I entered some codes for them. Yeah, so good. Alright, let's enter the cathedral. Alright, so Aspity told us to talk to him first, and not her. And yeah, here's the map of the town.
For each traitor in the senior army staff, there's a coward, 2 drunkards, and 3 idiots. I'm not sure who's worse.
Is this the doctor? This is the doctor. What do you want? We can cure this disease. I know how. Proof? It's not exactly scientific. Our people have a different approach. What is this nonsense? State your name and occupation. Artemy Barak, surgeon. I see. Give me a reason to call off the bombardment. You have one chance. I know how to make a serum. We'll need to make time to produce it at scale, but the recipe has been developed. No, Brock. If you told me you had 3 tank cars of that panacea and an army of doctors from the capital ready to administer it, that would have convinced me. As it stands, there's no going back. It's too great a risk. We only had 12 days. That's not enough time. Well, that wasn't helpful. And here...
You can put a horse on the stand, but you can't make it testify.
What an amazing line! Holy shit! I hope that was audible. I think I mean I know the game's really loud, but I think like some of the lines that they say when you go to dialogue with them are a little quiet. This is the Inquisitor. Why have you come? You now decide the town's fate. We've already decided everything. Without you, you've come uninvited. What did you decide? Who are you to demand reports from us? A backwoodsman? A self-taught doctor practicing barbaric traditional medicine? Oh, but I know who you are. You're the person I was very wrong to put my hopes on. The person who let me down. Out. Now. I know where to get the ingredient for my serum. We can produce it. Hey, you over there. Seize this man. Throw him out. All of you, please, listen. Oh, look who it is.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Are you even trying now?
So you insist on a second attempt, huh? Stubborn. Not a second, a first one. Alright, let's roll then. Let's imagine that the last train has not yet left the station. Just don't be late. Now all I need to do is not miss my stop. You are Artemy Brock, surgeon. Oh, we didn't get to read it, but it said we're returning home. Twilight. Now our inventory is empty. What we got here? We're apparently suggests that we're stowed away on a train. Got some bread, a little bedroll, backpack, some tins, maybe hopefully some water. I love this guy. Like, what? What the fuck? How did you get inside this coffin? Me? You were the one in the coffin. Why did you crawl in there? Oh, I was hiding. From whom? Death? Yes, and people too. It's a bit too early for me to show my face. A bit too early. You're visiting our town too, huh? This guy's got a really nice face. A coffin is the best means of transportation in the world. It can get you to unimaginable places. Well, you look alive, though. That vehicle's beyond your means for now. Free rider, huh? Just like you. Well, no one sells tickets to ride this train. I'm coming home. All I need is to avoid distraction. Coffin Man is gone. Uh-oh. Huh. Mm-hmm. This is fine. Railroads are beautiful. They always lead to one place you can't turn from. Except when there's a silly mistake, like this crash. Dying just to escape fate. Stupid. Boring. Who are you? Us? Kind volunteers who advise you to return to the train car. It will soon leave. What happened here? Ahead or behind? Behind me. That is Boss Turok, a creature of steppe legends from which the world was created. What was he trying to achieve here? Stupid. Life can never prevent death. What is ahead then? Why the fires? As you can see, the blood no longer flows in this artery. There's a clot. You're a doctor, aren't you? Do you have medicine with you? What clot? What are those black flakes? How should we know? You're the doctor, not us. Go and see. We're only ensuring no other trains are derailed. We'll fix yours too, once the beast leaves the tracks. I'll go on foot then. Someone's waiting for me. Darkness ahead. I follow the rails into a black cloud. Yeah, the artery is clogged. I don't think we can go to the... We can't bring up the map here, but... Oh, hello. Can't talk to any of the rest of them. Oh, God. Hmm? Well, that didn't work. It's playing dice. Want to share secrets? Why? You can share your worries, and I'll take them with me. Into the coffin. Deal. Who goes first? You. I'm worried people won't be so happy to see me in the town. What if they shun me like some mutt and slam doors in my face? What if my toll is too small? I could fail to meet my goal. But maybe this is only anxiety. Yes, I can do it. You an insurance man? Not really. Your turn now. Be honest, and your fate will change. That's how it goes. Well, I'm worried about my father. He's summoned me with a letter. Troublesome one. Something bad has happened. Do you want to play? I'm game. Dice? What are the stakes? Your fate. A person can't lose their fate. Once I can bring up the map, it's more, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Or, I mean, it's straightforward as things. This place is wrong. It's not my home. Who's in the back room? You're gonna love this. Hello? Who's that? Well. Oh yeah. When I played this the first time, what happened was I started out here and I immediately walked over to here and opened this and saw this guy just went fuck no and turned around and walked away. So I didn't even see him turn into this. I just went nope, nope, nope. Someone heavy. I hear heavy steps in the dark. I can't see you. Are you deaf? No, I'm a doctor. What's wrong with you? Water. I'm so thirsty. I need a drink of fresh water. Please bring it to me. Where do I get it? Outside. In the yard. Hard to talk. Keep silent then. Life is in the water. Water in a barrel outside. Take a bottle from a cupboard. It all crumbles. This is the, like, using things interface. Which is kind of neat. I like this. So it's a little more obvious if you go over here. Fingernails. His death is hidden inside a needle, which is in an egg, which is in a duck. I don't know if you can... Yeah, I don't think there's like a more of an examination like there was in... What does touching do? Oh, touching is the... Okay, that's the more examination. Victoria Olgumskaya used to spin. Only for show, of course. What's there to spin when your husband slaughters bulls instead of herding sheep? They say that when Laura Ravel pricked her finger with a needle, no blood was drawn, and she hasn't ever fallen asleep since. Whoops. We started with matches. One must recall that which is most dear to them before the match burns out, or the whole thing won't work. God. Can be filled with water or blood. Water flows like time. Kids play mice and guardians with these. The rules of this game are unknown, but the rumors say they change every day. There's, yeah, more stuff we could loot, but... Nothing fancy, but soap is the best way to maintain hygiene. Essential. Hygiene is not a stat. We need to go outside. Some dog heads up there, but we'll get water. You filthy animal. Yes. That was the Bachelor and the Changeling. Fuckers. Bad dream? Why'd you wake me up? Did I? Awake, sleep. It doesn't matter. You're a restless man. Just wondered what's inside of you. Why? Just who I am. I like to get under people's skin, to look beneath the surface. And well, curiosity killed the cat. Well, well. Yeah, one thing I'm not thrilled about is the step. Uh, the so these are the what are they called? Odongs, and then these are the like step ladies. I don't remember what they're called. They have a name too, but they're supposed to be basically the male and female counterparts. Um, Not really into that, but hello. Let Mother Botto caress your step, Colbon. You haven't forgotten your people, have you? Obviously, I don't know how to pronounce these things. No, I haven't. Do you have a good heart? Who's the judge? We hear Earth with our hearts. The heart has a pulse. So does Earth. If they sing in harmony, you hear the language of Earth and herbs, the language of warmth and cold. Look, Tonger, and listen. Whose words are all around? What does Earth say? It says a lot of things. A lot of time has passed. You were gone. You forgot many things. Your heart is spoiled, Katonger. Let us see if it's rotten. How can you see that? This fight will show whose heart is keen, who hears the unheard words. You will see my heart. The kin's blood runs through me. I was never torn from my people. I'll take a look. Ah, the fighting tutorial. Strong attack. Oh no, I'm tired. Not all attacks can be blocked. Ow, stop kicking me! Stamina's restored faster, and you block in combat, which is... not, that's gonna take some getting used to just from my Dark Souls instincts. Oh, did we like hit each other? That was interesting. Oh fuck. I don't know how I'm not actually sure how to like avoid it other than, you know, not get out of the way, but it's hard to get out of the way. Oops. When gravely wounded, the opponent surrenders. I mean, they don't look gravely wounded to me. Let us trade hearts, Kolbuin. Let us become kin. What need do you have in mind? Isn't it rotten? A river of good washes away a drop of rot. There's no me and you. There's a people, Katanga. Mix your flesh with ours. Alright. Let it be so. Exchange hearts. And this is a tutorial for the merchant interface. Which is amazing. So, a good heart, a living human heart. Rotten heart, a human heart, living, but vermiculous. Yes, this is how the trade works. You have to trade things of, you know, equal or positive value to them. Our guy's gone. Oh no, he's not. There he is. We're almost there. Are you relieved? Oh yes, can't wait to get there. Just can't wait. Are we there already? Don't worry, you can't miss it. We're riding the rails, and a railroad, like fate, always has a final destination. Final destination. Our next stop will be our last. The true stop. Good. Well, it was nice passing the time. Good luck with your father. I'm sure he can't wait. Good luck to you too. Oh, fuck! For the first time in many years, I'm home. Also, yeah, in case you're wondering, you do not keep any of your inventory from the thing where you're with trying to get water for the girl.
My dear son, Artemy, I write to you after so many years apart in the hopes that you may find a way to return to us. Something worries me. I fear a difficult trial approaches. I hope that your studies have proven fruitful, and that you have achieved great skill as a surgeon. Such skill might be of use here. I remain the only physician in this town, but you know that I am growing old. I need an assistant.
Um, so I have subtitles turned on. I looked last time I was playing. They're on by default. I think, like, yeah, and display. I mean, so there's just an option for like here. There's just that, but I don't actually know like. I was like, why is there not subtitles for that audio? Oh, that's why there's not. I hate fucking. I'm sorry. I hate subtitle options. No one can decide what place to actually put them in. I assumed they would be with the and you have the subtitle language settings not in the same place as the subtitle on settings. All right. Well, at least it's on now. More stuff we could loot. Oh, let's take the cloth mask. Touch. This mask resembles those worn by medical personnel, but instead of sterile gauze, it's made of dirty cloth. Instead of clinging tightly to my face, it hangs loose. Frankly, it's just a rag with 2 ties. But we can wear it. I'm not gonna loot the rest of the stuff right now. I don't think I actually noticed this story last time. What the hell is that shit? I was summoned back to my hometown by a distressing letter from my father. But who's in the back room? Who's laughing? To the intro, the game will no longer autosave. So we don't know any crosses on saving. I hope that's not about to change. It's gonna be a rumble. Day 1, in which the Harrospec finds out that his hometown has changed beyond recognition. Home Sweet Home welcomed me with its knives honed. What does this mean? In his letter, father wrote that he will face a difficult trial. Did he write we? I don't remember. I was summoned back to my hometown by a distressing letter from my father. I should hurry home. Isidore Brock is our dad. So yeah, I was gonna mention this. Yes, We just killed those 3 guys, the Haruspecs did. Which means that is actually like a third person sequence. Those shot like the guy who jumps down with his weird outfit. That's the Haruspecs. That's what we look like. We don't see like our model in first person. Like we can't look down and see our feet, so it's interesting. Fishing hooks. Sharp objects are regarded as dangerous and thus frowned on by the locals. The moray must have been in a hurry. Used by items in shops, offering it during common street barter, however, would be seen as offensive. A pocket watch recently stopped. That means that the owner most likely died. Fingernail, empty bottle, money, chestnut. There are no chestnut trees around, yet chestnuts are pervasive. Truly, a town of mysteries. Charm. Averts bad fortune. Unhelpful to me, but some people value it. Scrap name. When a person is done with their name, they discard it. Toast. Soldier food. It's better to eat fresh bread. Let's look at these. Victor Kane never carries a watch around, but always knows the correct time, down to the second. We've tested him. Can he tell by the stars? The game goes like this. Find a nut that has traveled far, guess its name, shake it, and listen to stories from the soul trapped inside. This originated with the polyhedron. We didn't play it as kids. We being the Haruspecs. I really like that you get certain... Did we touch this one? We did. Like the description that are from the Haruspecs because of his connection that he has been here. People in this town are like a flight of birds, and birds don't require names. Individuality is overrated. Stale bread is bad news. It doesn't breathe. It's said that Clara the Changeling, a thief girl who claims to be a saint, can repair any sharp object just as easily as she cures the sand pest, simply by laying her hands on it. Yes. Clara, that's the name of the Changeling. Claims to be able to lay on hands. You can't bring about good fortune, but you can craft it like this hand-woven charm. I suppose I could trade it for something. Clara the Deranged says that everyone has a hook to grab, but she's a manipulator. What everyone actually has is a knot to untie. I mean, if it's, I think there's a reason that you had to play her second, at least, in the original, right? Of course, most people, including myself, did not get there because, well, playing this game once is hard. And also because the reputation, was the translation was basically unintelligible for her. So here's this guy.
The worst is yet to come.
You hit hard for a hunchback, but whoa boy, you screwed up. Those 3 guys are dead. I saw you do it too. You're gonna be in serious trouble. A hunchback? Kid, I'm bent over in pain here. You need to handle that bleeding, old man. You're covered in your blood. Your own blood. I know that. Here you go, a tourniquet. It used to be my leash, but it seems like you need it more. A leash. Thanks. You're a nice kid. Man, you really must have some anger problems, don't you? Zing! Pow! Blam! 3 guys dead! This ain't the right way. Ain't how we do things around here. Yeah, what's the right way then? You gotta be nicer. Just hit him 3 times max. Send him running and let him run. You don't actually have to kill everyone who bothers you. Jeez. Again, of course, the game telling us how to play the game. I'll keep that in mind. You can talk to people a few times in a row. Some people.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
The one with the knife was Kirik, a leather worker. Not gonna cry for him. That guy was nuts. Is this an ambush? How long were they waiting for me? They weren't waiting for you. I think you were an accident. And then who was the real target? I don't know. Rumors going around that someone else got murdered tonight. Guess I should sniff around and find out. Who knows? Maybe it's true. Well, I hope it isn't. This town's seen enough blood for one day. Someone important was murdered tonight. I met a funny dog-eared kid at the station. What was he doing there? So yeah, we do have a tourniquet now, which can improve our health, which is starting like at half or a little below half. We also are, hunger, thirst, exhausted, all that. God, this game is beautiful. This is where the alpha started, and like I was just like, look at this. Like, this is just gorgeous. I mean, I guess I say this as a person who would say brown is one of my favorite colors. So I mean, like but come on. Well, Brock, you're nearly dead. Got a few minutes left. I'm here to announce your demise. Are you with that crowd? Of course I'm not. They were just peaceful townsfolk, craftsmen, factory workers, good sons and fathers. But me, I'm much more dangerous. I'm the Mask of Fate. Also, this one has a name. Talon. Peaceful? Yeah, right. Why did they try to kill me? My esteemed colleague will explain. Oh, so what did you want to tell me? You've been bashed on the head several times. Locals' fists are heavy. One of those 4 stab wounds looks deep. Significant blood loss, too, and the local climate is unforgiving in terms of strain. Do you have any heart conditions? None. Your health is a mess. I'm guessing you haven't eaten in several days, and that you didn't sleep last night. Did you? That's what I thought. So your hunger and exhaustion are critical, too. I wonder which of these afflictions will be the death of you first. So what's your plan? Well, any good advice? Dressing your wounds would be a good idea. Well, where would I get bandages? A drugstore, Barack. Been studying surgery for 6 years and you're just finding this out now? It's not just about the wounds. Even when dressed, you still need to be aware of your body. It's not always on your side. Pay attention to its needs. Well, figure it out. What's next? Next, you die anyway, because the whole town will soon have it out for you. And it's got nothing to do with the 3 poor souls you've just done in. Oh, great. Why do they hate me? My colleague over there can explain better. That's his role. Mine is teaching you how your body works, so you don't die before you make it home. Fair enough. Forewarned, forearmed. Persistent, huh? Good. Maybe you'll even survive a day or 2 this way. You got a bite? Birdseed's fine. Food is sold in shops, though your reputation might prevent you from a warm welcome. But there's a meat warehouse nearby that was conveniently broken into recently. The perpetrators walked down the railroad tracks. They're headed to the right. Think you can catch up to them? Not sure. To be honest, I'm dead tired. You could sleep at someone's place, if they like you enough. I doubt there's anyone like that around, though. People have forgotten you. You do have your own house, I suppose. Do you remember where it is? Actually, I could use a map. This is Beak. Welcome back home, Warden. Been away for a while. You probably don't even remember the heady scent of Twire in the air. Do you know why you got attacked? No clue. The whole town is looking for a murderer. A very important and respected man was killed last night. Townsfolk loved him better than some children love their fathers. Don't be too hard on them. What does that have to do with me? Or maybe, who was killed? You knew the victim. Less than you thought, but more than most. Don't worry, you'll learn more soon. But I, personally, can't divulge this sort of information. Investigator's privilege. You're an investigator. Aren't we all? Everyone lies, so you can only get to the bottom of things by using your brain. That's what your father used to say. It's an actual quote from him, by the way, because I happen to know him. And we got much better acquainted today. How about you? Did you two argue much? Why do you care so much, Bird? Indeed. Old Isidar Barak is the exemplar of a true doctor, and a true human being. if a miserable one. Do you honor your father? Oh, it's our dad, huh? Dad's definitely the murder victim. Shh. He's the reason I returned. He summoned me with a letter. Said there was a threat. Do you know anything about it? Nothing's a threat to him anymore. Trust me. Maybe dishonor, but even that's unlikely. You're a man of obligation after all, aren't you? I am. Whatever. That bit's not important. Time is short. Oh, by the way, Brock, time is important. Be careful how you spend it, and be aware that you don't have much time left. I know, a few more minutes. Your colleague already told me. Well, a little more. I intend to live to 80, no less. We're a long-lived family. You've got less than 2 weeks, Barack. 12 or so days. Trust me, I'm a specialist. So use your time well. And hurry home now. Why are you wasting your time here? Your father's waiting. I don't like you much, B-Kid. Talk to this guy. Oh, look at his little toes! I wish I could crouch down. You can see his little toe indentations. That's really good. Be quiet! You must not hear your voice. Lean close. He only speaks in lies, and wants you dead. This is a reflection. I'll be damned. Does everyone want me dead? Do not go home, Barack. Stay clear of home. In town you have some friends yet, do you not? Well, yes, 3 of them. We were inseparable when we were kids. The town is yours, Barack. May you soon find how deep, how far its roots run down your spine. May you inhabit it. Sink through its pores. Learn vein and artery, nerve and blood and cell. You need no home beyond the town itself. Forget that place you so eagerly seek. I beg forgiveness. Grievous harm will come to me, should I tell you more than I can. I'll keep what you said in mind. Oh yeah, we can go to the map now, right? And we can see we're at the station, the different regions. The station, the umbilical cord connecting us to the outside world begins here. This part is for cargo. This part is for humans. These weird little waters connecting to the river. Over here, the different, so we can go over the different regions. The bridge square, the atrium, like no one cares at you. The cape, dream mistresses sleep here, that's interesting. The flank, the marrow, the spleen, the maw, the gut, warehouses, the backbone, the chine, the tanners, the hindquarters, the factory, welcome to the machine, the crude sprawl, the skinners, something there, something there. I was summoned back to hometown by distrusting. There's the map that's basically telling you where you're. Yeah, there's your Isidore Brock's house, my father's house, my house. These are just the stores are marked on the map right now. So yeah, the district names are, you know. So he said head to the right to get to. Also, I guess we should probably use this. Oh, toast makes you thirsty. There we go. Oh, well that's good. We got rid of our thirst. For now. I'm gonna go into the warehouses. had a little worry there. Warehouses, only rats live here. God, this looks so good still. I mean, this is the same region that we went through in the alpha, but it doesn't really look that different. But I basically had the same reaction to it then. Of holy shit, this game is beautiful. for a warehouse that's stealthily broken into as food. Before we go home. I guess we could just go straight home, but... Well, that one's got something in it. There's a little bit of music playing, it's good. Oh, that's locked, I guess. Spring, a rusty metal spring. Useful to fix all kinds of tools. Is there not? I figured we'd be able to do the stuff that we did in the alpha, but maybe not. Oh, is it? It was in like the second section of warehouses, I think. Like over here, maybe. I was like, how many empty bottles do I have? Redhead Gregory Fillin, aka Bad Grief, always goads me into doing crazy stunts. We used to set up a secret lair in a warehouse. In this warehouse. Oh, hello there. It's our buddy. He doesn't want to talk to us.
If only we knew who did away with your father, we'd spare the beast nothing.
Well, look who's entered my humble home. Could that be my pal Artemy the artist? The Artemy who cuts arteries, maybe. No, I don't recognize this man. Too soft. They must have kept him swaddled and coddled, whatever palace he ran off for. Good to see you, too. Little Bird told me you're a hard-boiled criminal now. I'll admit, old friend, I got misty-eyed with pride. Lucky for you, I can store you anywhere in the warehouses, and no quail nor nightingale would sing a tune. This guy's clearly supposed to have an accent, but it was self-defense. Forget it. Tell me this, friend. What's your plan? My plan? Why do you ask like that? Cub, your old man got killed this night. You haven't heard? What? You're lying. Hell, Artemy. Half the town wants your head over this, those fools. Ah, easy to fix. Give me a little time. I'll fix this mess myself. What's the plan, then? Revenge? Something with a little more finesse. I'll find out who's behind this, then we'll see. Just stay away from Saburov. I mean it, Cub. The man's a hawk. All might makes right. No sense. He'll throw you in jail first and only think months later. I know your thick skull, too. You charge in there shoulder squared thinking, oh, the truth will win out. Bullshit. Stay away. You hear me? Are you finished? Calm down. Oh, so many things. I need to find the people who still remember me, who will believe me without proof, who can vouch for me. Father's dead. I was too late. Alexander Saburov, the town's governor, is in charge of the investigation. I remember him. A stern man. Father is dead. Should I still insist on running home? Bones. Easter Brock. Dead. Bones? Blood. Interesting. What does bones mean? Well, let's talk.
That doctor's quick on the draw. Already shot someone. So much for his oath.
You run into the old crowd? Stock Reuben? Lara? Haven't seen him around. Gotta say, it's a tough time for our friendship. I mean, if you could even call this friendship. Gravel-hearted Lara won't look at me now. Stock's even worse. Completely ignored my pleas for help. You need help? You got outside recently? It's chaos. Innocent souls torn limb from limb. Everyone's lost their minds hunting the culprit. A step golem, some think. But others, they're after your hide, friend. All this going on naturally. My men ran into a mob. Barely got out alive. I need a sawbones bad. Your old man's gone, and his star student Stock won't take the job, so... Something tells me your men weren't out there feeding the poor. Hell if I know. Can't make heads or tails of him now. If you squint, piecework does kind of resemble you. Sturdy man. Perhaps he did take a few hits to the noggin in your stead. How do you feel about that? Alright, Sierra. I understand. That's what I would want too, I think. So, thanks for hanging out. I could look at piecework. Where is he? Not here. Shiner dropped by, said they're waiting for death in a hideout. Poor piecework. He's knocking on heaven's door. Got someone stuck in his belly. Can you believe, folks? They're all shapeshifters, I swear. Shedding skin and eating each other. May not look it, but every person in this town has a vile beast inside. I need tools. I don't have any on me. Tools? Got y'all set, friend. Blessed by the warehouses, this wellspring of goods, including illegal ones. There, take a peek inside that crate. Choose anything your heart desires. Although, maybe you should stick around. Dangerous out. Knock it off. Not like I could stay here forever. I'll drop by the patient when I'm in the area. Wonderful. You find anything in his belly he doesn't need, don't toss it. Bring it to me. It might be useful. What, like a memento? You're still a weird one. Bred in the bone, I suppose. Reuben is my father's student, almost a brother to me. I should see him. He will help. Laura Ravel lives by the river in a house called the Shelter. We used to be friends when we were kids. Hopefully she will at least let me sleep at her place. One of Grief's boys got stabbed. I promised to take a look at his wounded belly. Just gotta remember to bring a scalpel. Oh, I just remembered the thing I saw on Twitter. And yes, the guy... Oh no, he's still there. It's a new guy. With the spotlight from nowhere, of course.
That doctor's quick on the draw. Already shot someone. So much for his oath.
You said that. Talking about the Bachelor, presumably. So we need the scalpel. Like, nothing like a good egg. Delicious. Chicken is yet to be seen. Coffee beans will immediately energize you, but it's very unhealthy. And he despairs. They couldn't suspect me of patricide, could they? Of course not. Impossible. Let's go look at these. As piercing as a wise person's stare, could be used to pick small locks, such as the ones in cabinet drawers. They say... Okay, we did see that. I guess we just didn't get that description. Improves health, stop bleeding, and you stop death. Or delay it, at least. Folks here believe that any affliction can be smothered in bandages, and any decently soft cloth can serve as one. Makes one wonder how people with such advanced medical knowledge even get sick at all. Egg. People mostly eat unfertilized eggs. This is an empty illusion of possible life. You can forgo sleep with coffee, for a week or more if need be, but it's a bad idea. Whoever refuses dreams dares fate to pass them over. Rusty scalpel. Either a weapon that can take someone's life, or an essential tool for a surgeon. Shame it's so shoddy. We wear it? Also touch it. Tool for a surgeon. Tool for a menku. A tool for a bandit. A tool for a ripper. A tool for me. This tool would easily damage an internal organ during an autopsy. Oh yeah, we didn't look at our spring. Industrialization granted the local workers new rights and fixed working hours. All it asked in return was their free will. I think we've looked at all this. I was like, can you equip the scissors as a weapon? No. I guess, well, we might need to save the bandages for the guy we're going to try and... Oh yeah, he does have a clock. Good. This is where you save. Game saved. Thank you. Time is it? 9:40. Where's the guy? Oh, he's all the way up there. Where's Lara? She's up there. Well, what is... Ah, there it is. Bad Grief's next. Is that supposed to indicate he has a merchant? I don't know what that coin... I think those are coins. Didn't seem like he had a merchant, though. I didn't even see this guy. So you're old Brock's son. And you are a ferryman. What do you want? I've got bad news. Could it get any worse? Someone sharing your features spilled blood. It became known. People want revenge. They say that whoever murdered the 3-minute station today is also responsible for Simon Kane's death. Yeah? What else are they responsible for? What else? You won't like it. Townsfolk realized murder is no longer taboo. People sense they can now kill others. First, they looked for a Shabnakadig and killed several women. Then they went after the steppe creatures, Odongs. They're frightened. They turn to animals. Have there been many victims? Yes, but you're too filled with your own grief now to care. Fair enough. You have nothing to do with it, I know. I'm a ferryman. Well, almost. Actually, I'm a train driver. I know you were on my train. I wasn't alone, by the way. But you were. We drivers can feel the living weight. There was only one human being on that train. You. Odd. The townsfolk aren't too fond of ferrymen and drivers, so we'll help you. Go to a quay, show your face to a worm. He'll take you wherever you ask for a fingernail. Show your face to a man. Help you out with equipment. Thank you. Hi. What did you even, like, you just showed up out of nowhere. There are ferrymen in the town. They're waiting for me. They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the chest chamber. So that's to cross the river, right? Although I guess we should be able to go across here. Yeah, no, the ferryman just takes you to different places, I think. I don't need to. Should be able to just go down here across. There's the grocer here. We didn't go inside. But I'm guessing they don't want to sell us anything. Fuck! It's expensive. I don't know how much money we have. Where's my coins? 171. Causes ravaging thirst. Great. Milk satisfies hunger and thirst. Alright. Could father have been killed by the very thing that made him summon me so urgently? It's possible. I do like the way that, like, so these are your thoughts is what this says, rather than like your, objectives or something. And the way that this progression is, like, someone's murdered, father's dead, and then they couldn't suspect me, could they? Um, yeah, I think that's really cool. Going the wrong way. I want to go over here and cross. No crashes! I don't like that noise. People hide their eyes when they see me. Well, no one cares about me. Oh. Weird. So there's a ferryman down here if we want to talk to him. There's people here. So we talked to the O-Dog to actually go somewhere. We believe you didn't kill our patriarch. We'll transport you along the river, along the Gullet and the Guzzle, the tributaries of the Gorkon, our kind river. Yeah, the tributaries are called the Gullet and the Guzzle. But it will still cost you fingernails. There's no other way. Why do you believe me? Because we are ferrymen. We know from which way you came and when. The murders happened at night. You arrived in the morning. We sensed that a new person appeared in the town. We keep track of that. Well, tell that to the townsfolk. No one would believe this. We are ferrymen. So what? The Gorkon is a kind river, but its water isn't for humans. You can't drink from the Gorkon. You ought not walk in it either. We traverse its edge. It's frightening. We need fingernails so that we can always return. I see. You're being hunted. You'll need a weapon. Pushing me in the direction of bloodshed, huh? Like you needed pushing. Listen, we respected old Rock. You're the only person who can replace him. We don't want to see you dead, too. So what do you suggest? It just so happens that no one carries firearms around these parts. It's a peaceful town. Peaceful, my ass. And it just so happens that I have a revolver, but I can't give it away for free. For a reasonable price, though. Where did you get it? Our storekeeper has a way of finding curios. He orders them from the big world to be delivered by train on Big Vlad's behalf. That's alright. The master can take it. Ah, bad grief. Why am I not surprised? Forget it. So are you interested in the deal? How much for the revolver? 3,000. Are you nuts? I don't have this sort of money. I can wait for 2 days. If you don't take it by then, I'll do business with someone else. My circumstances are humble. As for the money, you'll have no trouble getting it. Isidore must have left you inheritance. It's hard to talk about it now, I understand, but business is business. Inheritance? I suspect I'll have a hard time obtaining it. Secondly, Isidore must have taught you how to hear and pick medicinal herbs. They're in bloom now, and merchants of the Broken Heart would give you a decent price for them. Yeah, I know a thing or two about herbs. Yup, 3,000. I mean, we don't have any bullets, so... A beetle. Surprising find in autumn, if not useless. Oh yeah, I was gonna say at one point, I also like the way that the inventory is structured like this, because it's basically like your side pockets and then your kind of like front pocket, presumably. I assume that's what this is supposed to represent, which I like. Like, there's obviously no mechanical difference from having it be one giant thing, other than I guess if there are really big items, but I don't think there are. Where do they go in winter? So we want to go to see Reuben. People avoid me in the streets. Oh, my brothers and spirits, behold a man, head higher than the sky. Behold a creature of well-earned pride. Dare I trouble you, good sir, with trivial talk? Well, oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that must be borne. Oh, friend, if only I could quench my thirst, I'd give heaven and earth for a sip of cold water. You're literally next to a pub. The pub is closed, good sir, but even if it wasn't, what makes it open, really? One must ask oneself. And anyway, it's to men that Convergently has introduced new rules with another sort of liquid flowing. A fiery one. A good one, but not one I need at the moment. So do you have water? I don't, but the river is right there. You'll make it, I believe in you. Only brute beasts drink from the river. Us proud men deserve spring water. It is brought here in barrels, but they are too often empty. I would get it there, but I have no bottles. I'd drink from a fountain, but I might faint first. The air is already too heady. You're in luck. Have some of mine. Oh, we trade him water. And then we can get a bandage or a tourniquet. Oh, we have to trade him a bunch of water. I guess we should get the bandage. We have more, where's the... Is there like an actual one around here? He's selling tourniquets. He's selling a tourniquet. So there was the one fountain in the, or the pump in the warehouses we can go back to refill our water, our remaining bottles, if we need to. Oh, is that a water pump? There's one right there. Okay. Let's fill our... So the other thing you can fill bottles with is blood, but I don't think we're going to need to do that. For a while, hopefully. One would hope. The abattoir used to be a temple, now a giant slaughterhouse. Off limits. And the termitary. So these weren't... I guess we weren't close enough. I guess now that we're over here, we actually get the descriptions of them. Hindquarters. You're unwelcome here. Oh, I'm hated here. Oh, I'm hated everywhere now. Used to be. They didn't, Oh, it's been steadily getting worse. I see. People lock their windows and hide children when I approach. Alright, let's try to talk to Ruben. Just kind of going along the... Hi, guys. That's a clothier. Okay, so it's this building. We should figure out how... Oh, hi. How to get in there. Oh, no. Oh, okay. It's okay. Hey, Caralda. I didn't do anything. Why did they run away? I don't know. They behave so strange. What are you doing here, Basagan? I brought my bones here. Why? I won't explain to you. I did nothing wrong. I just brought my bones here. What's wrong with that? Those bones are mine. I didn't steal them. I tell the truth. You should be more careful with your bones, Basagan. You're acting strange. People rarely appreciate that. What's so strange about that? They're the strange one. Come to think of it, it isn't. So go ahead and do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. It will not. I believe you, Basagan. What's the point of that ladder? So we're very hungry. Let's eat an egg. Yeah, that's what we have for food. There's a hunt going on, looking for a person with my features. These doors are all locked, and we don't have a lockpick. Oh, great. Great! Very low res texture there for some reason. What a dramatic motherfucker. Look at him.
I'm no positivist. There are things in this world beyond our mundane perception.
Well, one thing is clear. You're a very, very lucky man, which means you need to take care of yourself. You're so careless, Varrock. It's Artemy Varrock, right? Barack. Artemy Barack. Apologies. Oh, and may I ask, is it true that your actions have already resulted in 4 deaths? Are you a detective? Daniel Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine, at your service. But before we speak any further, I'd like to clarify a rather crucial thing. Just how highly do you hold your sense of duty? Why do you ask? Well, from this point on, you owe me. I just saved you from a rather grisly fate. I don't remember seeing a rescue team. Your Reuben has utterly murderous intents. Isidore meant quite a lot to him. Your father was his mentor. Reuben even considers himself old Barak's true son, unlike you. Anyway, he thinks you're to blame for your father's death. What a load of... I managed to convince him that you didn't actually kill Isidore. Well, not empirically, but I'm under the impression that, in Reuben's mind, you still caused your father's death. You did, after all, take your sweet time getting here, while Isidore was counting on your help. Is that true? No, it's not. I sense some foul play in your valiant attempt to save me from my best friend. Look, you have my condolences, Varrock. But since we've established that you owe me, let me explain how you repay your debt. Things are about to get a little tense, and I need only one thing. Just do exactly as I tell you. You're a doctor, right? Barack, how are things gonna get tense? Today's tragedy won't be the last. I was blessed with a naturally high intelligence, and my observations indicate that a very deadly visitor has come to this godforsaken town. That's all I can say for now. I love The Bachelor as an NPC. He's such a fucking dick. I don't like you, Bachelor, whatever. Allow me to sum up. Ruben told me he's the only decent doctor in town, but you're a competent surgeon. I need you alive, healthy, and quiet. Close at hand. Spare me any wild improvisations. I will do one handling the situation. Medicum morbo ad hebere. How about you shut up? I'll deal with Ruben myself. No middleman required. Where is he? Gone to carry out my orders. From now on, your Ruben does what I tell him to do. He entered my service of his own accord. I suggest that you do the same. It'll help everyone. Stubbornness is my guiding star, second only to my sense of duty. I suggest you put your high intelligence to good use and get out of my way, Bachelor. Oh. It's now, an out-of-town dandy kindly informed me that stock considers me a patricide. Madness. I guess it's for the best I missed him. Out-of-town dandy. It's true. So, nerves. Yeah. There's a lot of body stuff going on in this game. Chalk. Used to draw lines. Cloth gloves? For doing dirty work? Why, yes, please. How does one call upon Menku, the faithful of the kin? Know them by their tans, for they are butchers. That's what we are. So we picked up chalk. The world is one whole, having form only where it is divided. Some lines are natural, others man-made. Chalk, composed of the dead bodies of sea creatures, is a good tool for setting boundaries. Another clock. Yeah, we're getting really low textures in here, and I don't actually know why. Oh, smoked meat. Good. That'll help. Can be munched on with little effect. Kids here would sell their souls for a handle. Okay, so those are worth money to the kids. A dry fermented dairy product. Salty. Cash. For now, we have money and food. And water. Oh dear. Let's try a dramatic ribbon. Marbles. Children give them names. They believe you can find a lost marble by calling after it. Oops, I didn't open this. Broken ampule. This is a dead item. Carcass of an ampule. Morphine. Tourniquet. Spring. Let's save. Really impressed with the game's stability after my previous experiences. Well, hello there. I do remember this. I'm excited. So what? Is the asshole still in there? The one with the carpet bag? Yeah, he's in there. Hereby grant you every right to throw something at him if you so desire. But where's Dr. Rubin? We need a doctor. I'm a doctor. What's the issue? There's been a disaster. Alma, Duke, and Wolfling were poisoned. Where are they? In a warehouse with little flags. Go down the railroad to the left. You'll see it. Lead the way. I can't. We need to go to the drugstore and find bones and a whistle and a shovel, or Knock will bite our heads off. You'll find the place on your own. It's easy. Bones and a whistle are your cure for poison? Well, good luck with that. You're the man everybody's after, right? You look like the description. I'm not, and I don't. Really? Well, whatever. It's good we found you. We need help. What for? We need to hold a trial for a murderer, and we can't do it without you. Will you help? The fastest judge in town is camping out at Ruben's place, the Bachelor. What? You've caught a murderer? Or was it the murderer? It's kind of hard to say. So will you come? Let's go. The courthouse is a warehouse, the one with little flags. Hurry up, they're starting soon. The warehouse with the little flags. Oh, I remember. Seems like you kids took over our old place. So let's see. Seems like the local urchins need assistance. The local urchins have found and are trying a murderer. Could it be? Could it be? So if we want to head to that way, that's neat. That wasn't in the alpha. I think they added that to as a concession to make things easier, which is fine. No empty bottles. Oh, I can drink though. How's my I see, I guess it's on here. Oh yeah, we didn't look at while herding cows and bulls in the steppe, Odongs often live on water and cash for months at a time. Nothing fancy, but it's nourishing. Right. Hazelnuts. The game goes like this. Oh, that's the same as the one on the chestnuts. Interesting. Smoked meat. Canned meat, jerked meat, smoked meat, boiled meat, beef, ham. The art of cooking meat is truly honored in the town. It is centered around abattoir. No one knows how marbles appear in the town. No one makes or delivers them. They simply pop up here and there, on the floor, under the pillow, right on the ground. Items used to improve health die. Who could possibly want this? Try to eat this, maybe? If we, yeah. Let's try and eat this. See how this goes. Okay. Then we can drink. There we go. It's a little weird that those are always, like at the top of the screen. But there they are. I think. Oh, wait. There it is. We did this part. We did the trial in the alpha, so I already know what's going on here. But which is a nice. It's a neat twist. Look, see everyone. The doctor's here. Who's sick? You're too late. They died. Why didn't you come sooner? What kind of doctor are you? 3 kids are dead and no one gives a damn? No kid, not kids, worse. They were our dogs. Alma, Wolfling, and Duke. We poisoned them. Somebody evil. Not kids planning on holding a trial. He wanted you to be there too. Well, at least I made it on time for the trial. The traitor Leica saw you this morning, by the way. How'd you got off the train and beat those thugs to a pulp? Huh. So I have a living, breathing witness. Not for long. He's doomed. Yeah, how come? He killed Duke Wolfling and Alma. Not gonna punish him for that. Oh, okay. Well, they just tell you here. They did not tell us this before. They made us go sit through this whole thing of the trial and like whether you should indict him or not and stuff based on evidence. And it's like, oh, it's Leica, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go save him. He's my witness. I don't want them to kill him. Don't you need to make sure he's the real culprit first? I'm speaking for experience here. So I think you could, well, we could go up this ladder before him, but knives, scissors, blades, razors, anything sharp. If you got a sharp axe, I'm interested. Getting armed and ready. Those items are what I barter for. We need them. What would you give me for sharp objects? Trust me, kid, you don't. Are you a butcher? Sort of. Oh, he'll trade for springs or the scalpel. He'll give you immunity boosters, morphine, lockpick, bullets. Or, sorry, bullet. He has a bullet. Thank you. Thank you for actually coming. You're so brave. Look, we all made a gift for you to welcome you here. See? It's bread. Please don't frown. It's all we can spare. We need to eat too. There's a lot of mouths to feed here. Why are you doing this? Sorry it's so stale, and drink the milk fast because it'll go bad soon, but the water is fresh from a ravine. Keep this, especially if you don't have much to give. But you're a guest, take it, or else we'll get bad luck. We need luck more than food right now. Okay, I understand. You poor souls. I'll take it, thanks. Oh, I don't know whether that's the right thing to do or not, but
What do you want?
I am gonna need it. What that fucking cat noise? Let's save before we talk to Notkin. Hello.
Maybe Khan and I should bury the hatchet?
You're here. Good. The trial can begin. But who is the accused, kids? Shouldn't you at least present them to me? Question first. They say you're no son to old Barack. He was a doctor. He saved lives. He said that you kill instead. Is that true? So that's who the accused is. Oh, this is interesting, because this is still the same, like, stuff. But she already told us. It's weird. I am a Barack, I've no doubt. Answer the question, please. Are you a murderer or no? Killing is not necessarily murder. Calm down, no need to get defensive. Are you uncomfortable doing this in front of my soul in a house? Aren't you cheeky, boy? Cheeky or not, this isn't a game. I'm talking about something important here. I'm all ears. Tell me, is it right to kill? I need to know what you believe. Old Barack wasn't just a doctor to us. He was a teacher. He knew how to live. You say you're his son, so you're to take his place and answer. Is murder acceptable? Alright, this is I think I said something like that. Only in self-defense. So murder can be right somethings. Who are you planning on killing, boy? It's not about me, but about us. My soul and a halves always hang together. Answer the question. Take your time if you need to. You may very well be choosing our fate. No, murder is never acceptable. I'm not telling kids it's okay to kill. Good. Now we know what kind of man you are. Here ends the trial. You're free to go. So you know me, huh? That was quick. Guess I should talk to you if I'm ever confused. Notkin is under nerves.
You need a partner, a buddy, a grass snake maybe.
So is revenge bad too? Yes. Life finds its own way of punishing the wicked. So you say murder is bad, but it's easy for you to say. You gave Wolfling a bone. Never fed Duke, never met Leica. I'd like to see if you'd change your tune when you actually encountered the traitor. I bet my soul you'd lose it and snap his neck. Yeah, this is weird because we already, like, the kids already told us at the front. This is still written like... What are you saying? Here's the deal. You're so full of the milk of human kindness, go and be Leica for yourself. If you truly honestly believe a lying, cheating lowlife like him deserves to go free, let him go free. But if you figure he needs to be taught a lesson, give him the leash. It'll bring him back here, guaranteed. And then what? You'll kill him? Of course not. Didn't you teach us that murder is never right? But we will send him 6 feet under. I'll hold you to it. We have a deal. Murky says it's by the Gumstone. Where's that? The Gumstone. Step word from the basket. Aren't you supposed to know all this? Or do you step folk have different names for everything? Ah, yeah. The step folk people. The step people call it Ur Halikilu. Hatred. See you around, pups. They gave us a leash. The Soul and Halves want to punish the culprit who poisoned their dogs, but they don't want to do something they'll regret for the rest of their lives. Let's look at this leash. Made of sturdy leather. Whoever gets leashed won't get away. Kids value it. All Soul and Halves have a leash. I think they represent humility toward their animal halves. But what would a dog head do with one? So... Soul and a Half Fortress. Chief Notkin's pack nest in this warehouse. Pack nest in this warehouse. Kids here trade for food and sharp objects. Alright, let's go talk to... What time is it? 12:08. Let's go talk to Leica. I think we gotta go up. Oh no, we can just go right down here. Tell me how you really feel. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hey, Leica.
The worst is yet to come.
Look at you, feeling better. And the town's not too welcoming, is it? Don't worry. The step is wide. It can hide anyone. What brings you here? I am feeling better. Thanks for helping me back there. You're welcome. I tell you, scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, but I'm not the type to demand back scratching back. So what do you want? Need another wound dressed? Who are you, kid? Who are you, kid? Why do you ask? Tell me straight. Were you the one who poisoned the dogs? All lies. I'm a good, kind soul. So it is true. Honestly, I'm surprised. Soul and halves are the real punks, and Notkin is the worst. Punks deserve to suffer, right? But you can't hurt them. They just wipe the blood away and keep going. So you need to hit them where it does hurt, right in the heart. Make them see how it feels. You're disgusting. Scram. Wonderful. So off you go. By the way, if you need anyone to confirm that you only arrived this morning and couldn't have murdered anyone last night, just say the word. I'll run to Saburov and testify. Yes, that would be useful, actually. Wait for me by the town hall. The dog killer is the dog head who saw me at dawn. He will testify to my ally. We'll meet by the town hall. I wonder what Notkin will think of this. Alright. It was just, yeah. I really love the step. But I suppose that, yeah, we can go right over here. I mean, the step's not too far from the prairie, I suppose, so maybe I just have a geographical nostalgia.
Should have kept quiet. A bargain's a bargain.
Jester thinks you're a decent sort. He's not the only one. So, behold, we solemnly grant you this leash. It means you're always welcome here. And that you may even get your own half one day. Not everyone does. A half? Half a soul more. A rook, a dog, maybe a cat. Probably you'd get something huge. A bear or a bull. You never had a half like that before. Perhaps you'll tame your own dragon when you grow up. Now look. See, Marky? There she broods. She saw you get off the train this morning. Saw you got attacked. Saw everything. She doesn't talk much, and I think few grown-ups would believe her. It's better than nothing, though. Thank you. I'll have a word with her. What a twist. I robbed the little halves of their revenge, but somehow they're thankful for this. Ah, you're murky.
How many crusts do you have? I've got 2.
Go away. I saw everything. No one saw me, but I did. Why do you want me to go away? I don't. Did you see the fight? Did you see me get off the train? What is there about you to love? Nothing. So I don't. Well, that's alright. You don't have to love me. I don't need you. Things were great without you. Great. I need you, though, so don't go anywhere, alright? Oh yeah, Barack's people are the kids, aren't they? Kind of forgot. His I don't remember what they call it. Also the name changed between translations what they're called, but basically his important people. Okay, so we need to go up, check out this guy. Oh yeah, we need to actually go here. See if we can check out our dad's old house. Just go across here. Oh. No way through here. A Shabnag Adig always steals the form of a woman, but that's mere illusion, broken the moment it starts to run. That's when you notice the legs, made of bone or clay. It leaves no trace behind. When it runs, the illusion dissolves, like a smell carried away on the wind. You're chasing step demons, huh? A little seasonal lapse of sanity? You must be an outsider. If you'd live here as long as I have, you'd sing a different tune. Here, the earth is alive. It bears more than just crops. Sometimes it spits out a horror so unfathomable, you spend the whole night sleeping in fits and starts. Clay and bones cultivate a beast. People don't kill other people around here. Only a Shabnak would do that. I'm a local. Shabnak Adir, a clay golem of local legends, steals the shape of a young woman. How fares your kind, Katanger? Your kin? Poorly. We, the Katanga, must help each other out. You are our kin. You shouldn't get into fights, Tonger. You always lose, no matter who remains standing. How come? Think, Tonger. If they kill you, then it's very bad, right? But if you kill them, it's still bad. Everyone will hate you. Won't let you in, sell you food, or barter. You'll be hunted. Do you need a wolf's life? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Don't get into fights, Unente. Clear up your name first. As time passes, people will accept you. Then do as you please. Yarla, let Mother Botto caress your step. Oh, they gave me a charm. Well, that's nice. Need to get up to there. Just keep going up here, I guess. Move along, or I'll scream. Why are you all so angry? Have I wronged you in some way? You're a cold-blooded murderer. You killed our protector. You're a walking clue, fella. Bloody clothes, foreign face. You stink like a railroad. Rumor has it that's where the murderer hid. Were you trying to escape? Skip town? What protector? What are you talking about? I mean, we know what they're talking about. You know who. Move along, I said. I have nothing to talk to you about. Stop glaring. I'm not afraid of you. I'll scream. Shut up. Shut up or I'll scream. Is that a dude? Does seem to be... Looks like a dude to me. find myself exhausted, soon to fall. Dead tired, they say. I wonder what it means. It means you need some sleep. But woe is me, for I've no place to sleep. Doors locked before this low tragedian. Now I'm welcome here in this hometown. Is there a bunkhouse for the needy homeless in the town? Who knows? But you, Barack, are no mere tramp. A hero such as you won't be let in. A lockpick might let me in if I could get one. Then what then I do have for you. Here, have one. Still. What? Go home, Barack. Repose will do you good. But should you find another's cot, be quick to steal sleep. Sweet dreams, misfortune seeker. Thanks. And you too. Hey, give me a lockpick. That's handy. I can either cut someone with it or use it to pick a door lock. Either way, it will break after a couple pieces. I forgot lockpicks are also weapons. It is taboo to cut flesh in the town, but crafty people know how to bend the rules. These lockpicks can produce unbearably painful wounds. Perhaps breaking and entering is more ethical. I think, yeah, you actually have to, like, equip the lockpick as a weapon to, like, pick locks with it. If I remember correctly. Well, there's a fucking bull. Let's go talk to the bull. Hey, Nukaran, Bikara, you are a good man. Buy my bull. Biala, Nukaran, how much do you want for it? It's as good as free, 300. I don't have that much. It's not just any bull, it brings luck. When the time comes, it'll tell you what to do. Can it talk then? Unente is known. It will talk on the scariest day of your life, showing you the right way. Coralda, I'd rather not have it at all. Perhaps there won't be a scary day in my life then. So you're selling a curse on 4 legs. Great. I'll take it from you if you pay me. Take him for 200. It's a good bull. Bikar, it'll be useful for you. I don't even have a place to keep it. Pay me now and I'll bring it to your place later. There'll come a day when you'll be grateful to me. Okay. Obviously, I think we need to buy the bull. Fine, here's your money. We'll see if you keep your word. So we gave him 200. Okay. I mean, we had a lot of money, so... That's a lot of money, though. God, they're so skeletal. It's really creepy. Plus a dick. Yep. At last, a crowd now gathers round my act. Sit down like that. Now watch. Death by starvation. I didn't notice the first time. Too busy. But speaking of starvation, have you got any food at all? I'd cut a man open for some dry old toast. So the good sir fancies a slice. Have one. Shan't last. Half hour's time, my act resumes. Come see. Death by starvation, lads and lasses. That's okay. I'll just find another freak with toast. Wrong. You should look for freaks that trade in trash. Perhaps they're home-hunting freaks too foolish to see you as you rummage through their paltry things. I respect other people's property. That's so. Then our good audience shall their eyes soon feast upon our play. Death by starvation. Brock, can you now feel their hungry stares? Fair enough. Can I get a lockpick then? He gave me a lockpick! Oh. You can either buy daily bread or barter for it. There's always burglary too. Man, just gotta ask everyone. What's going on, guy? Oh, okay. I was hoping to talk to you. Hey, kid. So, are they all finished over by the stake? Trial complete? What trial? Did you hit your head somewhere, big guy? Or are you just stupid? You caught a man-eater at the bone stake lot. A clay demon from the steppe. Look, I don't have time to catch up with some random idiot. Wait, where's that lot? What an idiot. I'd say you're an outsider, but you're dressed like a factory worker. That where you hit your head? The lot's in the Skinners. Got it. Maybe I'll take a look. Okay. Oh! Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. What just happened? Oh, God! I got mobbed. That's what happened. Also, now we get to repeat shit, which is kind of annoying, but... Wait, what? Oh, hi. Well, you see the people murdered you. Rise and shine. Don't you dare kick the bucket on me, lowlife. Round here, we die on our own terms, not by the hands of others. Was I unconscious? That you were, pal, that you were. Tired? Do you need a bite? A drink? I can share, but you ought to pay for the water. Not too much around. You're right. I could use some bread. Look, pal, this won't do. Gave me my own blanket to carry you. Guess what you did? Coughed up blood all over it, asshole. You owe me a blanket now. Nice wool blanket. Wouldn't mind seeing a little spirit from you either. You know what I mean? What happened to me? So there you are, dead as a doornail. Down we dive to pluck your teeth out, then, wow, turns out you're alive. Crop over there says, don't you touch him, you vultures. He's Bad Grief's best friend since childhood. Well, Crop, this time, was not full of shit. Now Bad Grief's all happy, even rewarded us. Go ahead, say hello. He's over there. Well, thank you. You owe me a blanket, got it? And a little gift for saving you, something top shelf. I got it. Today, Bad Groose mob is willing to drag me out of trouble. A warm welcome. Tomorrow, though, I doubt they'll be as welcoming. The mob's hospitality doesn't last long. Doesn't seem like any time has passed. Exhaustion is very high, though. Alright, well, I guess we don't have to repeat things, because we didn't actually die. We do need to go back down, though. Hopefully, like, our hunger doesn't go down faster from running. Not sure. Can't block to improve my stamina recovery rate while I'm not in combat. So relieved they brought fresh water from the springs, otherwise we'd have to drink from the Gorkin. Gorkin water will turn you into livestock. Saw it with my own eyes. Have you lost it? You see the abattoir over there? Guess where all its waste got dumped. You have no sense of humor, Taneg. We drink water from the Gorkin. Even blood would be better. So, fresh spring water is good news, but I wonder how long it will last. What about water bearers? Have they left for more? Vlad the Younger manages the water bearers now, but he's a simpleton. I've even heard rumors he might be digging a well. Surely false, of course. Even someone completely incompetent wouldn't do that. Indeed. I doubt anyone in the town would be that reckless. Oh, our reputation went up a little bit from talking. Please don't fight me.
Who's this?
No one. It's no one. Oh shit. How do I get over there? Alright, I guess I go around here. Grindstone. Peanuts. Oh, we are literally full. Okay. Peanuts can be much down with little effect. Kids here would sell their souls for a handle. Is this going to be the... No! Fuck! I didn't want to actually eat it. I wanted to touch it. God damn it. Oh well. I wanted to read it. Touch. Sharp objects are frowned upon, for they're capable of disrupting the sacred wholeness of the body. But you can't cut bread with tradition, so people end up breaking the rule. We have to eat. I guess bread. Just have to find one of those water things to drink. Today we can drink from anywhere, or from those things without, you know. Oh shit! Well, Oh, hi. Why the hell are they burning the herb right at the stake? Because they think she's a Shabna addict. A step golem. Finally, we're back together. I've been waiting for you, Barak. Will you have me now? Wait, I seem to recognize your face. Don't you remember me, Kolbuin? Well, I remember you, and I remember your words. So will you have me now? You're an herb bride. We can't have a relationship. Your hands are so heavy. Shh, don't touch me yet, or else the dress will tear and it's no good. The tears in the dress must appear on their own during the dance, just like the earth is torn apart when it releases herbs. I'm not touching you. So will you have me now? Will we be joined forever? But who are you? Fine, I'll wait for you to remember me. We'll meet again soon. I'll find you. For now, try to remember who I am, Kolbun. Segna Dehe, or there'll be trouble. Don't worry. Oh, hi. You appeared... Okay, so this is where that happened. Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, this is the thing where when Fiona played the first game, she didn't see this because there wasn't like a cutscene. It just happens in the world. And that there was just like men like chasing women around, like trying to kill them. And it was all very awkward and confusing and creepy. Which it's partially meant to be, obviously, but not as confusing as it was. Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, they're having it's a witch panic, right? They're things are bad, and they're blaming. They're like there's a witch, basically. I mean, it's a particular version of that, but that is the basic idea. A safety pin, both safe and unsafe at the same time. Murky the Orphan says the safety pins are like people. Open or closed, they always have a pointy end. Alright, Murky. Everyone calm down now. No more Bob justice. What the fuck do you want? Everything's dealt with over here. No more blood. What is dealt with? The murderers. It wasn't them. And if it was, it's up for the judge to decide. Are you one of the crazies who can't keep their fists in check? Calm down. What did they do? Played vigilantes, attacked people. I've no idea what got into them, losing any semblance of humanity. Who screamed murder in the morning? Who rumor mongered about the clay golem shaped like a woman? Who started murdering people with no due process? I don't know. Absurdity. How could it happen? How could anyone call themselves human after that? God, go. Calm down and be on your way. I have nothing to do with any of this. So we're still trying to go to our house. Nice. Nice mustache. So that's our house. Can we really not? We can't get over there from here to go around. I was hoping we could loot that. Well, maybe we can loot that. Nope. Well, I'm very tired. Also very hungry, but hunger we can do stuff with. Hello, little child. Hey, big fella. On your way here, did you hear anything? Like a train? What train? Oh, an outsider. So we send meat and skins to the outside world, and they send back a big old train of provisions, mostly stuff we can't make. Dad says it's like living out at sea, on a faraway island. Does your dad work at the factory, the skinnery, or the cannery? What? No, my dad's a postman. If he works at the factory, phew, I wouldn't be here at all, because Mom would have had an abortion. Jesus. Beats unemployment. Train is already 2 weeks late. Might very well starve soon. Like, we've almost run out of sweets. Uda bartered away all our buttons for a lump of sugar yesterday. Unbelievable. 2 weeks. That is a long time, actually. Oh, hello. If you see a man, run. Men are angry today. They kill the likes of you and I. Why are they so hateful? Looking for a murderer, turning into murderers themselves. This is how a town changes. I'll be cautious. You look like a murderer. Do not delve into this town's flesh if you want to live. Keep to the outskirts. Less people here. Thanks, Worm. Let Mother Botto keep your footprints warm. Oh, hi, guys.
A long neck and a fat body and hooves for feet. So it's an albino. And people say it wasn't the earth that made it.
Why are you covered in blood? Who are you? It's not important. Who you are, that's important. Really? You're an outsider. I've never seen you before, and I know everyone. I'm from here, but I've been away for a while. You do look like the old man. You could be his son. I am his son. What I want to know is, why are you covered in blood? Haven't you seen what the streets are like? Whatever. But I'll remember you. Likewise. Nice meeting you. Sticky. Yep. Getting our Filling out our dudes. There, locked shut. Won't let anyone in. Not that I object. There must be order, and so it was ordered. Our house was locked? Who ordered that? Saburov, of course, the governor. I see. So the house is off limits. So you're Brock's son, then, the one who left town so long ago. You missed him by hours. Guess it wasn't in the cards. Couldn't you have gotten here, say, yesterday? Everything would be different then, and he waited for you so eagerly. And yet I've returned. The crowd's gone mad, like frightened children, so eager to catch someone, anyone, and no idea who. Some say it was an outsider, others a Shabnak. When it hits home, people are quick to drag the clay wench from the depths of memory. Why an outsider? Who else? And a Shabnak, honestly, you're hardly better than a pack of children. A Shabnak a deer, a thing of steppe legends. Yes, I know about it. Well, maybe the killer was a Shabnak. Who else? A person couldn't have done it. You think so? Ishidar was a man. Men must not kill men, and so men do not kill men. At least not in this town they don't. Obviously they do now. Oh, but of course he wasn't killed. People are mad with grief, so they parrot nonsense. And Saburov, he's only too happy to prey on those rumors. He'll dig his claws deep into this case to flaunt his value. Mark my words. Saburov, so he's in charge then. Well, yes and no. The real ruler is Fat Vlad. Money's power, the town's business all belongs to old Gimsky. The factory, the abattoir, the railroad, all his. The Canes still have the power of fear, and Saburov, well, he's technically the leader of the three. But only technically. Where's my father's body? No clue. People used to bring the dead to your father. You know, a doctor. How will we live now? No idea. Unbelievable. The war, the train delayed. What a terrible year. Do you even have a place to stay now? Yes. I have friends in town. 3 at least. They'll help me. Do you think they still remember you? It's been 6 years after all. Well, one of them's definitely forgotten. What are you doing? Okay, I guess it's locked. Let's go to Grief's Boys and hope that we can finish this stuff without dying of exhaustion. I'll also need to find another one of those water things. Oh, like right there. Alright. Let's eat. Okay. Oh, shit. How? Why? Curse this air, this mind-numbing odor. What did we do? What do we do now? Did you do this? No, it was a twire-addled mob. The steppe is in bloom and people get crazed, but never before was it this bad. What for? In the morning, people screamed about a steppe abomination, that it left no footprints and had bones for legs. But now look, it's only a girl. A steppe girl, sure, but alive. How will you live with this now? Us? It wasn't us who did this unspeakable thing. We'd like to find the scum who did it, and lay them down next to the poor girl. How long have people been this crazed? Have you been listening, lad? I'm telling you, this is the first time. The world's coming to an end. The thirst keeps driving down towards my death. Don't be foolish. I'm the one dying of thirst. Indeed. See me act out your fate, dear fool. Help. Someone help. This thirst is soon to kill me. Keep it up. I want to know how it ends. You die, my friend. That's how it ends. Water's all around. The puddles make poor drinks. Sip them from fountain spots. Sip then from fountain spots from barrel bongs. Bungs. A bottle is all you need. Here, have one. Thanks for your bottle. The bottle, foolish man. Cork and water is polluted. To quench thirst, I'll have to search for water wells and fountains. Yeah. Just a lot of tutorial stuff still. Oh. Always use some money. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, God. Fuck! Oh my God, this is so hard. Just run. I don't have the stamina to run now. Wow. That does not do very much.
You know, go anywhere. Got you.
Fucking leave me alone, you fucker! I think this ups my exhaustion. Which is... Fuck. This is annoying, but... Mostly just because, like, I hit that guy a bunch. I hit that guy way more than he hit me. And, you know, I hit him with a fucking scalpel. But is this broken now too? This is also broken now. You re-equipped your broken scalpel. I did? Oh. Oops. Just put my weapon away. Do you still have a name? Same as you, I believe. Father threw his out. He's faceless now. Makes me kind of sad. Why did he do that? Guess he did something bad. I wonder what. Or something good. So it usually goes. Really? Do you know for sure? Because he can't tell now. Of course, he understood something very important. Oh, it gave me the name. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Step has gotten into you. Who breathe air in the fall dies before he sees it all. But I like breathing. Guess a bear like you can breathe some and be fine, but only some. A bear, huh? Friends used to call me Cub when we were kids, but back then it was ironic. Mom says that while Twire, Chicken Box, Crowberry, Swish, and Joy all bloom, you have to sleep every 5 hours, or your head will explode. No explosions, but our brains do get less oxygen in the fall around here. Huh? Are you a doctor or something? I hate doctors. Mom says all doctors are slackers and frauds, even old Barack. Yes, I'm a doctor. You have soap? You sell morphine. Soap. Ooh, tweezers. And food. 6. Oh. We'll just take these and put the broken ones in there. So those use those to open them. They consume them. I'm pretty sure. There's the one door we can open, which I believe is where the guy is. Because we did. And you are? A doctor from Bad Grief. Tell me what happened. One of ours got himself cut, is what happened. A shiv stuck in his side. Lots of blood, see? At least he's breathing, for now. Got water? No. Don't you forget to give him alcohol, or powders, anything. Gotta kill the pain first. A twitchy man, this one. He'll flop around like a fish. Powders? You have no idea how to perform an operation. But you got something to cut with? That damn thing stuck deep. Tried to get out with a knife, didn't work. Need those special knives. Scalpels? Yes, I see you're experts at poking around with knives. Probably started this whole mess, didn't you? Yeah, it is using... Ooh, it is just climbing in memory. Hopefully it... Well, it has climbed a lot. Yes, idiots, I do have a scalpel. Now shut up so I can work. No, we were doing God's work. Who did away with old Brock? A Shabnak, that's who. So we tracked the man-eater. Then all the step trash poured in, yelling that she's no Sabnak. He took out shivs. 10 of them on 2. I've seen the stake lot fire. Was that your doing too? We avenged Brock. Piecework himself grabbed her. Don't you glare at me like that. Come on, help the man. Can't you see he's about dead? Do what Badgrief said. Some doctor he's sent us. Badgrief told me to search his stomach for anything he doesn't need, so that's what I'll look for. Badgrief's henchmen are looking for a Shabnak by testing a woman with fire. That's what Piecework got his just desserts for. Yup. And here's... Oh, empty. That's for drawing out blood. Yeah, so there's a tweet on Twitter. Tweet on Twitter. There's a Twitter, yeah, tweet that um screenshots a like Steam discussion from this game, where somebody was like confused because they're like, this guy asked me to help his friend, and I dug through with my scalpel and everything, and then like it had said on his head, chance to damage organ high, and I clicked it, and then it said he died, and then his friend got mad and attacked me. And the reply was like, you scooped out his brain. So this is the surgery. Yep. There we go. So that's probably good enough. Hey, you can hear him breathing now. All normal. What is this, Splinter? You're clearly not from around here. It's a local tradition. I don't keep knives. They might call it cutlery, but it sure ain't for cutting. Godless beasts who fear neither life nor death make these disposables. You jab once and then it breaks. All about observing the custom. From around here, I know about the custom. The custom has nothing to do with breaking shivs, asshole. It's about not cutting bodies at all. Man of my word, surgery is done. Shiv is out. Well, hello there. Look around, Brock, at this abandoned house. What about it? Have you secured all you need to survive? I've got nothing I need. Neither food, nor water, nor clothes. I hardly urge that you mimic those two, but times are dire. What you need you may find lurking in empty houses such as these. And if the owners should return abruptly, you were neither first nor last criminal here. So you say I should burgle this place? Exactly. 'Tis your life at stake. Things are merely things that you might then repay. You are indeed a doctor here, Brock. A doctor, not a burglar. If I'm desperate, I can find all I need in someone's house. The rest is about picking the lock and shutting up my conscience. Well, mostly what we need is rest, but... Oh, I don't want to... Trying to get back down there is a long way. But I think that's what we should do before we go to the town hall. And Ravel looks like hopefully we can sleep there is what it says. And I hope that that is true. Doesn't seem like our exhaustion goes up very quickly if we're not doing anything. We're just walking around. Oh, the lockpicks clearly got inside Piecework's gut unnaturally. Don't even want to trade this thing, but I can use it. Piecework might have deserved it, but doctors are like soldiers. We don't get to choose who we save, do we? Use this, I guess. Just, I need inventory space. Go. Oh. Damn it. No, I think we want to go through here. thinking about, do I want to go over? But, well, looks like we probably do. Just hope that there's minimal people here.
Who's this?
Oh shit. I don't think this is where I want to be. Will I do get a... Nope. Alright. Well, that guy probably wants to fight me. Yeah, he does. Keep going, past a building, turn left. Where the hell is it? Shit. Oh, it's this building. Fuck! Oh, fuck! There we go. Please give me sleep.
Var the usurer wages war on all poorer. Just nailed barley down. Here we go, all around.
Let us rest on the mountain, oh. Let us rest by the river. That's the song you people sing when times are hard, isn't it? How's piecework? I assume you kicked the bucket. No, I patched piecework back together. Cobb, my friend. Didn't miss around in school, huh? And to hell with Stock, let him skulk. He only makes it worse for himself. So what's the plan now? The plan is to live. Live and breathe and thieve and leave. What'd you find inside piecework? Just curious. This. Your men are fond of ships, huh? Even an incendiary bullet would be less cruel. Well, that's people for you. I've been wondering what our kind townsfolk fashioned those little barbs from. I see, I see. This explains you broke into Warehouse 8 last week. The thread unravels. Make a note of this. If you find more shivs, bring them to me. Don't give them to the kids, even if they offer bullets. I know, I've been offered a good deal. Bad Grief remembers me. Well, I'm useful anyway. Not that he's much help. So we can trade to him for lockpicks, revolvers, ammo, bullets. He's got 2 bullets. He's got a knife. A knife? Where did you get a knife? Let's sell that. Ooh, look at that. 600. Let's save. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Var. So, you're a trained surgeon. Good. This is good. Shame that your esteemed degree is no help to me. Why is that? The kin has not accepted you yet. You're Barak's son, but sharing blood is not enough. Supposedly you're a Menku by birth, but in truth, you aren't. You went away to study who knows where, leaving your people behind. Most folk don't appreciate that. Will the kin accept you at all? A Menku. Does the word mean anything to any of you still? I'm not a stepman, but I do know that among your lot, only Menkus can become butchers, wise men, or surgeons, because they know the lines. Is that what you call it? The art of understanding the world? The lines? Yes, the lines. And that's why you and I have nothing to talk about yet. You may know how to wield a scalpel, but you don't know the lines. Hello, Liu Shi. Seeing this game category recently. It's good. And in this town, no one would trust you to cut a body before you comprehend the world's design, so you can't help me out. Who are you, anyway? I'm Var. I have a business, an unusual one. Your father used to deliver certain goods to me. Now I came to ask Bad Grief. He's a bandit after all, a law unto himself. But turns out, he's too lily-livered to cross this particular boundary. What kind of business? I buy blood and organs. Body components, human components. What for? You're no Menku. You wouldn't understand. Forget it. Show me where you live. I'll talk to you about this kin some more. This Var claims to have done business with our father. He buys organs, but I'm no Menku. The local tradition does not allow me to cut bodies open. I've broken a step taboo. I've cut a body open. This town does not provide the best working environment for a surgeon. Where is he? Oh, he's all the way over there. Alright, now we need to get up here without getting killed. Guy's gone, at least. That's something. I wonder if we just go by a ferryman. That might be the best thing to do, because I am worried about exhaustion. At least we can fix our thirst. Our hunger's not too bad. We're just utterly exhausted. Yeah, this game just came out yesterday, if you're not familiar with it. So that would be part of. Let's see, how many coins do I have? Oh, I only have one. Ugh. I am worried about it though, so I did just save if I need to. Travel by boat. Yes, take me here, and I can go there. So this is a remake of the first game. Yes. I mean, it's not just like a remaster, you know, like it is a complete remake, and there's a lot of changes and stuff. A lot of stuff, but that's the yeah, it's not a sequel. Which is weird that it's called Pathologic 2, but it's because they also released an actual remaster of the original game, which is called Pathologic Classic HD, and so they wanted to distinguish that from this. Oh god, please leave me alone. Please don't look at me. Okay. So let's go to the courthouse. We've got a witness, so hopefully that's enough. Oh, hi kids. Please don't look at me. Big mood. There's that thing. I don't remember what that's called. Pretty sure it has a name though. Hey, what's up, buddy? Is this your money, sir? I think you dropped your purse. Oh no, of course. Is this some kind of test of character? Save money, sir. You'll need it yet. An optimist, I see. Alas, today's not the day for commerce. Suspicious folk from out of town are outlawed. But there's a shop that deals in stolen loot, stood among the warehouses, trading with all sorts of, and no regard for reputation. So you may find a use for money yet. You think so? Should you restore your reputation, sir? Would you then wish to seek its ruin anew with theft and robbery? No, of course you wouldn't. But trust in trade, for coins cannot recall. From whence they came. Oh, we're hated everywhere right now. That's the start. We should be good in relatively soon once we clear our name of murder. Indeed, they are man's best friend. Thanks for the coins. So where's the... One thing, one can buy things at the shop no matter their reputation. Oh, that's that grocer that we already visited. Sure. Alexander Saburov, the town's governor, is in charge of the investigation. I remember, I'm a stern man. Okay, so we gotta go talk to Leica first, presumably. Everyone's losing their minds. Hell, they'll start looking for ghosts and boogeymen soon. Shamnecks don't exist. It's just the damn twire blooming, making our heads swim. Do you know who started the rumor? Who could ever figure that out now? You know, I swear I recognize your face. Who are you? I'm Artemy, Isidore Barak's son. I've returned. The dog-eared boy didn't come. No witness, as expected. The fucking shrugging tragedian. Fuck. Like, well, you're fucked. Alright, well, don't go in there, buddy. If you do, you won't come out. I'll risk it. Although, at least they'd feed you in jail. You'd have a chance to rest and wait out until the birds stop squawking and return to their nests. What birds? People are like flocks of birds. When the earth shakes or the wind howls, they startle and squawk, some frightened, while others parrot and echo. Who started it? Why? Where does the wind blow from? When will it end? No one decides this. The flock doesn't think. It just listens, and only to itself. Yes, I remember. Our town's like this. His textures are not loading in. Oh, now they kind of are. Trust too clip to trade.
Don't go there.
I get a kick out of it.
To the other side.
Let them eat
No
cake.
one wants you here.
And my knees gave
Like
way.
hell I know.
Alright, let's try this. This might be a bad idea. Hey, buddy.
There's a twinge in my chest. Could it be conscience?
Alexander Saburov. I'm listening. I'm Artemy Barak. Ah, the patricide. You spared me the trouble of hunting you down. You there, seize him, and take him to number 3. I think it's free. Patricide? Have you gone mad? Well. Oh. Pemmican. Not as good as... oh, we already have some of that. Where did that go? Oh, it's on the ground. Also... oh, our textures... I think there's a memory leak. This game just keeps increasing memory, and also our textures are quality is just getting worse. Which is really annoying with a game where I can't autosave. Alright, let's sleep an hour. Oh dear. I was called Keurig. It was my idea to catch the murderer at the station, so we lay in ambush. The train came. A man got off. Get him, boys, I cried. That was stupid of me. The killer would be getting on, not off. Take it as a lesson, fool. I'm sorry. My name is Jacob Sturck. Worked in shipping. 2 marriages, both happy. Brought up a daughter. Friends woke me in the night. They were getting a posse together to catch old Kane's killer. We ambushed him at the station. That's where I was killed. With my own knife, no less. But cane. What did you expect to find there? They called me Birdie, short for Bertrand, and that's one of the kinder nicknames. Birdie was fine. The name's just a name. I got murdered at the station last night. Didn't rightly know what I was doing there. Figured I just went along with the herd. Sorry, Bertrand. Why are my notifications not working? Or I just didn't see it, maybe. But thank you for whatever it was. Follow, probably. Did you enjoy your little chats? They don't blame you, as you saw. I suppose they haven't quite come to terms with their fates yet. Or perhaps they have. Death does that to people. If only I could fix it. I'll tell you a story. Once there was a man who wanted to fix everything. He begged on bended knee for a chance to turn back time, and when he got it, history repeated itself. Good job, we told him. That's your fate. He asked us once more. So we let him try once more, but with a catch. He who denies his fate will be punished. He'll keep living as a cripple, lame, wounded. See where I'm going with this? Did he try again? I don't remember, and I don't care. Even if he didn't, there probably wasn't a happy ending. You can't fight fate, Barack. It's immutable. Still try. Uh... Uh... I don't know if this is a bug or not. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's what's... I can't... I don't have a save. So... Well, I can't bring anything up, so I'm guessing I can't. I don't... Fuck. This is bad. Oh, I have a knife in this weird, like, dream. No. Cancel. Um... Hmm. I don't think this is supposed to be this way. Okay, what did we do? Did I just leave from Bad Griefs and go... I just left and went to the guy's thing, right? I'm trying to remember. It's really annoying. Oh, yeah. Okay. We don't have anything now. Okay, so yeah, I need to exit. So I think, yeah, basically there's a memory leak, and the game's just been climbing the whole time. So I just need to quit it whenever basically I'm able to save, or at least every so often when I'm able to save, and restart it and go back to where my save is. But know that for the future. Is the game not? Okay, there it goes. I was getting ready to wrap up as soon as we got to a good stopping point, but now I just want to go back and do that real quick. Okay. Oh, don't have stamina right now. Get some water. Granted, there should be water here. Ooh, that's... Hi, Rosa.
Him.
Rosa, I can feel you. Oh, fuck. Alright, okay, Rosa. If you want, you can come up here and get pets. Stop rubbing my feet. Hi. My friend had just picked up a stray cat that was meowing outside her door all day. Oh my god. She's raiding and wild. Instantly popped herself on your friend's lap. Aww. Has been babbing cute.
Back here. Come back.
Aww.
These reins chafe my hands bloody.
Now I'm listening. Where's my father's body? there's a save right behind him. Why didn't it, why wasn't I allowed to use that at least? This still isn't really loaded in. Okay. The back wall is. Rosa, yes, I can feel you. I guess we take one of these. Oh, okay. I see. Well. See? You're a man of fate, Brock. What are you trying to prove? You can't change fate. Have you heard the story of Oedipus? But what's my fate? I told you already, Brock. It's not pretty. You'll spill blood. Just let it go, Ripper. Don't be so bullheaded. Just because you have a hammer doesn't mean every problem's a nail. Nothing wrong with my head. My brain's functioning just fine. Okay, I'm gonna explain how this works, and you're gonna listen. All suspects are locked up while the investigation is ongoing. That'll happen in the morning. You can scream, shout, run around in circles, bang on doors all you want. Morning is when you get out, not a moment sooner. You've got food and water. Now wait. I need to talk to the governor. If you need to, you will, in the morning. Do you even get to sleep tonight? You think I'm stupid? I know what you're up to. It's called weaseling. Figure there must be a way out and you're trying to wind me up. Find the right approach, right? Yeah. Want to give me a hint? Look, you aren't coming out of that cell a moment before the order's given. Period. Except under a shroud, maybe. The walls and door won't break down, so don't even try it. Got a cot. Use it. I want to be fresh tomorrow for the investigation. My father's dead. Here you are. Alright, I guess we should have gone to talk to Laura Ravel. But turns out you're innocent. They got the culprit. Everyone else is free to go. They got the culprit? Who is it? Think anyone tells me that kind of thing? Someone's free to go. They aren't a suspect anymore, right? So the culprit must have been caught. It's called logic. Although, maybe they weren't. Not my place to know. My orders were to let the big one go. Master vouched for you. Master. Fat Vlad. Vlad Gimsky, that is. The big one. Vlad Sr. Okay. All four of them. Okay, so long, pal. There we go. Are you gonna move? Alright. Look! No one cares about me now. Oh, I'm still on day one, so I can go to the river. I can go to Laura. Lara. Looking for Saburov, though. Master says you're doing well, he said. With each hour, fewer and fewer people think he's the murderer, he said. Tell him that I want to talk. Let him come to the lump, right away. Your master? Big Vlad. Ah, old Gimsky. What does he want with me? If he's summoning you, you must go. No dawdling, he said. I'll come when I can. You tell him that. High and mighty of this town have finally taken notice of Barak. The witch hunt is over. I can now go out safely. There we go. Let's check it. Oh. Okay. Hey guys. Where's Saburov? Other than not here. Is this your money, sir? Oh, we didn't talk to Sky last time. Okay. Let's go talk to Lara and probably finish the day, I'm assuming. That's why I'm not going to stop yet, because I think that that should be the end of day one. It's very unlikely that we will continue to get through one day per stream. I don't think that that will keep up, but I would like to try initially. This nice outfit. Oh yeah, we didn't talk to you. She has thread, meat. Interesting. Oh. Oh. So she can repair stuff for you if you have the resources. Clothes only though, looks like. Makes sense. She seems to be a seamstress, tailor, something. Just really like the color scheme in this game. A bullet? Why do you have bullets? Oh wow, the kid has fish. What do you repair? Oh, you repair my knives. What is that? I don't know what that is. That's like a... what do you call it? Or just a razor, I guess. Some thirst. A murderer walks the streets. Human or Shabnak, who knows? But our kids are outside too. Won't stay home no matter what we tell them. Why can't you just ground them? Everything's terrible. It all started with that awful tower. There's nothing we can do now. Kids do whatever they damn well please. Can't say anything to them. I mean that. Try and the words stick in your throat. They become complete strangers to us. But what about common blood, I ask you? What about paternal love? What does this have to do with the tower? Hard to explain. The tower crushes us. Try to speak a word against it. It's as if an invisible blade slices your vocal cords. It did something to our kids. Like they're crossing a river over thin ice, and you can't follow, only call after them. Do you know who built it? Canes, of course. Let the fires of hell take them. Who else? If only the Sabarovs ruled this town by themselves, it'd be such a nice place. Oh, makes sense now. Lemon. You're invigorating. Huh, I guess they lower exhaustion. Oh, it's in very bad condition. Fish. Well, let's take that. That stacks. Just have to come back for the fish when we need it. Oh, there she is. Come back to you. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Is it all closed till we talk to her, or just for... those are all closed already? I'll loot all your stuff first. Well, you don't have much, do you?
If you tarry, you'll die unshriven.
What's with your hanging dagger?
My lips are cracked.
How long has it been? 7 years? 7? Maybe. You always were better with numbers. Feels like 10. Why are you giving me that look? You smell like blood. Ah, that's nothing. We share the same pain now, siblings in suffering. That's why you've come to see me, isn't it? What are you talking about? We dearly loved our fathers. Now they're both gone. Yours killed this morning, mine this past spring after the battle at the fords. Many terrible things happened while you were away. I'm sorry. I didn't know your father well, but I always respected him. He must have been killed in action then. Forget it. I don't want to talk about it. Why are you back? Father sent me a letter 2 weeks ago now, a disturbing letter where he wrote about his involvement in something dangerous. And what will you do now? I'll find the killer, of course. You know what? You aren't going anywhere. I won't let you. Take a look at yourself. You can barely stand, run around chasing some assailant. You're staying. Eat something, and get some sleep. When you wake up, we'll figure out the rest. How's that? I took a beating, Laura. That's why I'm swaying. Laura's shelter is now my shelter. She's not as happy to see me as I hoped. Still, I can stay at her place.
White birds are killed, yet black cats are beloved.
Just take whatever you need. There must be something in the cabinet in the hall. Should I sleep upstairs? That's where the guest rooms used to be anyway, when we were kids. No, don't go upstairs. It's all locked. Ever since Father died, I don't go up there. Use the bed instead. Lara, what's wrong? Why won't you look at me? Don't, not now. Go and eat. You know it's September, don't you? Do you remember what autumn is like here? You must eat, even if portions are small, or else you'll become feeble. Your father taught us this. I know, I know. Must I remind you that you need more sleep than usual? It's September. The steppe cools, the twilight blooms. Have you forgotten? When did you last sleep? You're right, I haven't slept in a while, although I did take a nap while I traveled. Can't you spare an hour or 5? Yes, time is precious. So what? The worst is over. Aren't you afraid things might worse? Are you afraid things might worsen still? They won't. Your father's killer won't flee. Till the next train, at least. True. You should eat. Get some sleep. In that order. It's not like you have anywhere else to go. You're that fugitive people are after. Aren't you? Seems so. While you're asleep, I'll go on a walk, test the waters. Perhaps they'll learn something. Or better yet, make them see they might be hunting the wrong person. Well, we already did that. Sounds wonderful. Thank you, Laura. Just be careful. People are wild out there. I don't even know where the bed is. Wait. Well, that's not the bed. I do not accept that. That's not a bed. That might be the bed. Fuck. Really, Laura? Alright, let's get some sleep. Oh, look at our health go. Our hunger, way up. Oh, we might die of hunger. Day is over. Some opportunities have been irreversibly missed. But sleep is not the only option. Certain events will unfold at night. A new pantomime is being rehearsed at the theater. Wake up, Cub. There's someone upstairs. The thief must have gotten in. Or someone even worse. Ha, I didn't have a dream this time, but... Cub, so Gravel. You remembered our old friendship. Something's fumbling around, I hear it. What if it's the thing? The thing that killed Isidore? What if the soil spit out a Shabnak after all? Don't be silly. Even I don't believe those tales. It's unbecoming of you, alright? You're the one acting silly. You've forgotten everything. Don't you remember those bones we found strung together? Isidore himself told us those are Shabnak remains. He's trying to scare us.
You had 12 days. Not so many, but enough. One more day has passed. The town shifts. Something stirs in the theater. Something stirs within you.
Mara says there's the thief in her house. You can drink to my father's memory in the broken heart. Okay. Let's save here. Oh, these go back to being unlooted. Interesting. And we'll deal with this next time. And hope they continue patching it, because yeah, there's definitely a memory leak. Which is an issue. I mean, it wasn't so bad. I mean, it took like, you know, almost 3 hours for it to get to where it broke the game, but still. Man. I mean, after, you know, experiences with the alpha and the demo, I mean, it's so much better. It's so much more stable. So I mean, that's really good at least. And I mean, the game is just gorgeous. And I mean, yeah, there's probably going to be frustrating gameplay, but I mean, I'm really enjoying it. So, thanks everyone who joined me tonight. I am so happy that this works, that it's finally out. So, yeah, I should be back next Friday to play more Pathologic 2. I'm so excited. I'm going to be gone this weekend, at least Saturday. Yeah, Sunday. I mean, I'll be back Sunday night, but not in time for stream, which that's in the afternoon. So I'll be gone. But I will be back on Monday playing Deadfire. We did big giant main plot last week on Deadfire. We're into like the third act basically, or whatever, the towards the end of the game. I mean, we still got a lot of that game left, but we're getting there. Yeah, so I don't know what I think what is going to replace cryostasis is probably King of Dragon Pass. It's probably King of Dragon Pass. So, but that will not be until, as I said, a week from Saturday. Yep, that's the idea, Mary. I added a vote in for that to try to give it a little more margin. So, yeah, thanks everyone. Like I said, for watching and chatting. It's a lot of fun. Well, it was only winning by 1 when I voted, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. I hope everybody had fun, and I hope that you join me again in the future, and that you have a good night. Goodbye.
So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together in the box, and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet